Hello, I got asked by someone to make a video on how to actually work AdSense on your site. The thing I found kind of weird and a bit stupid in Google's part was, I don't know why, I can't really see any sense, but anyway, what happened was, Google this year, they made quite a big change to how that AdSense worked. In the past, me or you could just copy an AdSense code in any page or post and it would work basically automatically. You'd have no problems, you'd just copy it in and that's it done. But I don't know why, but after that, whenever I copy a code in anywhere on a WordPress site, say, it never seemed to work anywhere like it used to. It's actually, in a weird way, kind of complicated to get to work nowadays compared to how easy it was. And I find it doesn't matter where I copy it in, when I use any form of AdSense code in a website manually, it never works on a WordPress site. That thing actually fair, you may find a little bit funny, but it actually took quite a lot of work to make it work. I'm gonna explain to you why this is also the best place to put in an AdSense site. Consider this as a factor. I go on your website or you go on one of mine, this one. A lot of people when they go to their site, they quite often actually leave it quite fast. So if you have it here, which I do in the top end, it means that more everyone who looks on your website is guaranteed to see it. Because they're guaranteed to see it, what does this mean for me or you? It means you get paid what we call an impression rate. Impression rate basically means for AdSense and a few other things, you get basically paid if any real people look at your advert. You'll still get paid, and if you click through, you can get anything from, I think the cheapest in the very low end of AdSense is like 10 pence, and the most expensive in the very high end areas you can get paid like £2,000 a click. So having it this bit, you'll find you'll get a lot more click-through rates and you'll get a lot more impressions. It's just really what people do. People will generally be more keen, if you like, to buy things when it comes to AdSense or buy things when it's in the top end. If you're wanting to sell things, the best way to do it is you've got something in the top area of your site. You should also have something either a center. The center should be your second most important thing area to have. And next is the bottom. At bottom, the only way you'll get a good click-through rate at the bottom will be if people actually like a lot what you're saying. If you like a lot and say most people, if you like, are going to read your full article, your full page, then your bottom can give you impressive click-through rates. If not, then the bottom will give you at most a couple of click-throughs a month or however long you're doing it for. The center one will give you quite a good click-through. Reason for why center is, consider it, if you read the title, you read the main part, most of your first part of your article, will be, if you like, while we're reading whatever you're promoting, whatever you're doing about, if you like, you'll be more interested now or be more willing to make a purchase if you have it in the center area, because they basically, if you like, found out everything you want to know for the basics or introduction and stuff. So if you like, they're now ready to buy off you. That's the reason the center can give you quite impressive results for click-through rates and increasing your sales. I'm just going to show you how you do it anyway, get AdSense working on your site. One of the ones I use is called AdSense Integration WordPress Quad. You can use more if you want to, it's completely your choice. I found in my experience this one works the best. I have used, to be truthful with you, probably about 100 different plugins. The only ones I can see, if you like, which work well, I found in my experience is AdSense Integration WordPress Quad. You can buy it, you can use the free version. The free version is good enough for me, probably good enough for you. You want more features, then obviously buy a pro version. You can also, if you get paid for video ads, you can also as well, I'm just going to give you a wee bit of information into something you may not realise. In the past, you're only allowed, if I remember correctly, five. It's either 3 or 5 AdSense in a site. So that's the maximum you can have if you like in any page or post. But after, I think it was either this year or last year, Google kind of relaxed the laws in the sense you can have as many as you want. I find for me, three is what works best for me. If you got a really long article, then you can have say 5, 6, whatever. But I generally find the best results I get is doing this. I just use beginning, middle, and end of post. This basically means it will put as many of these on my areas I want. We can also as well, if you don't want homepage, don't want categories, archives, tags, we can also untick this. I tick them all just to be on the safe side. Now, putting the code in is quite simple, thankfully. That's just show you a wee bit more. This is the actual ad code. You can also, if you want, do a widget one. A widget one's quite simple. I'll show you. You just basically copy in your code. I haven't got any widgets at the moment, but that's generally how it works. You just copy in your wee code here. Then all we do is after that, we get a wee code here, we copy code in, and that's it. I'm just going to go into this bit to show you more. We can include as many as we want, up to 10. We want that. You see here, this is a wee code we copied in the WordPress site to make it work. All we do is just copy this, just like this, get it from our AdSense account. We just go with that. If we want to add and say widgets to make it easier for you, all we do, we just go from AdSense to plain text, hypertext markup language, JS. We just go like that, we call it a name, and that's all we do. Once that's done, we can also as well disable on desktop, activate an UMP. Make sure you get activate an UMP because you will get some click-throughs on that. And in case you don't know as well, it's very important now, is mobile Armageddon happened a few years ago, but Google is like making it bigger, so you will get more click-throughs, more sales from mobiles now. So you need to make sure you got UMP activated. I'll just give you a quick introduction now before I leave this video. UMP, in case you don't know, Google wasn't an inventor. It was a few different groups. It was Yahoo and a few other different businesses. Basically, the idea behind UMP was this. UMP was basically designed to make people who have, say, slow internet, which is very common, particularly in people who use mobile phones. Mobile phones, if you like, 3G was never really, if you like, designed for us to watch YouTube videos, that kind of stuff, very fast. So if you didn't have broadband and you were in like a high-spec video site or a good quality website, your internet speed would be really, really slow. And a lot of people get frustrated if a site takes even longer than 3 seconds to load. So if you got really slow internet and you're waiting like 20 seconds for it to load or more, it would if you like frustrate you or annoy you. And if all your customers are getting annoyed and not coming back because of that, then you're losing big money. This is why Google, if you like, made it a ranking factor to try and get people to stay in the internet more. And what UMP does is it basically, if you like, makes a simplified version of any website, page, or blog. The reason for why it's simplified is it takes out, if you like, a lot of things which make WordPress sites or other websites bigger. Because it makes them a lot smaller, the load time in websites will be a lot faster. So it basically means people with mobile phones or slow internets can use your site a lot faster. And this is why UMP, if you like, became such an important thing for lots of businesses, and it also became a ranking factor. And that's for all really. It covers a bit about UMP and also about how to get AdSense to work on your site. And that's, to be honest, all you do to make AdSense work on your site. Thanks. Bye.